Good morning, students. Welcome back. So, as I have completed the syllabus of social science, so we will start the revision of geography. So, geography chapter 1, India, size and location. So, we will start the revision today. So, location of India. India is an ancient civilization, sorry, but it is now a developing nation. So, India is one of the ancient civilization in the world. So, it has developed and it has contributed significantly to making the world history. So, India lies entirely in the northern hemisphere. So, India is a vast country and it lies entirely in the northern hemisphere. India's mainland extends between 8 degree 4 minute north and 37 degree 8 minute north latitudes and 68 degree 7 minute east and 98 degree 25 minutes east longitude. So, India lies between latitudes 8.4 degree north and 37.8 degree north latitudes and the longitude 68.7 degree east longitude to 98.25 degree east longitude. So that means India lies in between the latitudes 8.4 north and 37.8 north latitudes and 68.7 east and 98.25 east longitudes. The Tropic of Cancer, that is 23.5 degree north, it divides India into almost two equal parts. So India is divided into two equal parts by the Tropic of Cancer. The island group of Lakshadweep and Andaman and Nicobar are also a part of India. So Andaman and Nicobar Islands. So Andaman and Nicobar Island is in the Bay of Bengal and Lakshadweep is in the Arabian Sea. So these two island groups, Lakshadweep and Andaman Nicobar Island, are also part of India. Then size. India covers an area of 3.28 million square kilometers. So the landmass of India is 3.28 million square kilometers. India's total area is 2.4% of the total geographical area of the world. So, India covers around 2.4%. So, of the whole land area in the world, India covers 2.4% of the total geographical area of the world. India is world's seventh largest country. So, India is world's seventh largest country. India has a boundary of about 15,200 kilometers. So the land boundary of India is 15,200 kilometers. The total length of India's coastline is 7,516.6 kilometers. So the coastline means you start from Gujarat till West Bengal. So this coastline means the land area that is near the sea and the ocean, that is the coastline. So it is 7,516.6 kilometers in length. So India's east and west extent appears to be smaller than the north and south extent. So if you see the map of India from east to west, that is from Arunachal to Gujarat, and from north to the south from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, you will find that the extent from Arunachal Pradesh to Gujarat, it appears smaller than the extent from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. India's latitudinal and longitudinal extent is about 30 degree. So, if you calculate the latitudes from the north end to the south end, from the east end to the west end, you will find that the difference is approximately about 30 degree. India's standard time is based on 82.5 degree east meridian, which passes near Mirzapur in Uttar Pradesh. So, the Indian standard time, Indian standard meridian, based on which the whole time of India is calculated. So, that meridian passes near Mirzapur in Uttar Pradesh, and it is 82.5 degree east meridian. Latitudinal extent influences the duration of day and night. So, the latitudes, the degree of the latitudes in which the different places of India are located. So, this extent of the latitude, it influences the duration of day and night. Then, India and the world. The Indian landmass is centrally located between West and East Asia. So, the landmass of India, if you see the map of the world, you will find that India is located between West and East Asia. The Trans-Indian Ocean routes connects countries in the east and countries in the west. So, the Indian Ocean, that is the ocean route, it connects India to the countries in the east and countries in the west. India's protruding Deccan Peninsula helped India to establish close contacts with West Asia, Africa, and Europe, South East and East Asia. So, if you see the map of the world, you will find the protruding Deccan Peninsula means the southern part, that is the peninsula. You know, peninsula is a land covered on all three sides with water. So, if you see the southern part of India or the Deccan Peninsula, you will find that it has helped India to establish contacts with West Asia, Africa, and Europe, South, East, and East Asia. India's contact with the world via land routes are much more than her maritime contacts. So, India has much more contacts via her land routes through the roads than the sea routes. So, India's contact with the other countries are much more via the land routes or through the roads than the routes around the sea. Then the maritime contacts means the sea route. India is the only nation which has an ocean named after it. So, you know, we have that Indian Ocean. So, Indian Ocean, India, of all the ocean you will see, India is the only country which has an ocean named after it. That after India, we have the ocean, Indian Ocean. India has contributed a lot to the world in forms of ideas and philosophies from the Upanishads, Ramayana and Panchatantra, and the mathematics, that is the Indian numerals and the decimal system. So, India has given a lot to the world, the ideas and philosophies that is based on the Upanishads, the Ramayana and the Panchatantra. So, India has contributed a lot to the world in the forms of ideas and the philosophies that is based on the Upanishads, the Ramayana and the Panchatantra. And even India has given the world lots on mathematics, that is the Indian numerals and the decimal system. In exchange, India's architecture was influenced by Greek sculpture and architectural styles from West Asia. So, when India contributed to the world a lots of ideas and philosophies from the Upanishads, Ramayana and the Panchatantra and the Indian numerals and the decimal system. So, in exchange, what did India get from the other parts of the world? The Indian architecture, the Indian style of the architect was influenced by the Greek sculpture. So, Indian architecture was influenced by the Greek sculpture and the architectural style from the West Asia. Now, India's neighbors. India has an important position in South Asia. So, in South Asia, India has a very important position. There are 28 states and 8 union territories in India. So, there are 28 states and 8 union territories in India at present. India shares its boundaries with Pakistan, Afghanistan, China, Nepal, Bangladesh, Myanmar, and Bhutan. So, India shares boundary with these countries: Pakistan, Afghanistan, China, Nepal, Bangladesh, Myanmar, and Bhutan. The southern neighbors across the sea consist of two island countries, namely Maldives and Sri Lanka. So, India has two island countries also that are its neighbors, that they are in the southern part and they are across the sea, and they are the island countries of Maldives and Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is separated from India by a narrow strip of sea called the Pak Strait. So, if you see the map of India, you will find there is a narrow gap of water, that is a narrow strip of sea, that is called the strait, and India is separated from India by this narrow strip of sea, and that narrow strip of sea is called the Pak Strait. India always had strong geographical and historical links with her neighbors. So, from the past, even now, India has a strong geographical and historical links with her neighbors. So, this was just a summary of the lesson India, size and location that I had already taught you. So, I have given you some important points about the chapter. So, you learn this chapter, revise it, and I'll be taking your test tomorrow. Thank you.